What's up, everybody? It's Coach JB with HoopStudy, and today we are going to break down the 2-3 zone defense, and I'm going to give you some tips for how you can set up your zone offense to make sure that you always have scoring opportunities. We'll give you some quick hitters, and we'll give you some set plays, so this way you know how to score against a 2-3 zone. Let's check it out. More than likely, you're going to encounter one of 4 different coverages of a 2-3 zone. We're going to focus on the traditional and the Syracuse version. There's also a staggered version and a 2-1-2. However, they are not common, so we are just going to give you set plays for those. Now, before we get into too much detail, I want to make sure that you recognize the open areas or the gaps in this defense. This is the area that you want players attacking and you want players slipping into for open passes. One area that we're going to exploit is the middle, and it's important that you put a good shooter and good passer here. Most people just put a big there because they're tall, but then the big doesn't have any scoring options and they're not used to putting the ball on the deck. You put the ball here in the middle, the wings will drop, and then you can attack, shoot, or pass to the corners. The biggest strength of the zone is the interior. It's post defense. If you look at the Syracuse defense, they regularly average 6 blocks per game. Some of that is due to their length, but we want to stretch the defense out so we can get the ball inside and get easy baskets. Now let's take a look at some of the weaknesses. First and foremost, if you can beat them up the floor and score in transition, do it. It's very hard for them to set up their defense when you're beating them up the floor. That being said, you want to make sure that it's a quality shot. The last thing that you want to do is to push the ball up the floor and then rush your shot and give them what they want. Getting out in transition is also going to exploit help the helper scenarios. If you notice in this video, when they push it up the floor, they're going to immediately tack the gap. And because they're not in man defense, it makes it difficult to recover on this pass. The last topic that we're going to talk about are 3 rules that defenses break that you can take advantage of. Rule number 1 is always everyone must have active hands and be in a stance. Explain to your athletes that they know what it's like to be on defense for a long time, so you should try to get up the floor and exploit them for not having their hands up and not being in a stance. So swing this ball, move the defense, and then attack those gaps. If you can do this, you're going to get wide open looks. If you notice right now, there are 2 wide open players on the perimeter. Rule number 2 is everyone must move on the flight of the ball. If we look at this clip, you're going to notice that when the ball gets swung around the top, this defender does not move in time. And because of that, he's going to be late to help. The longer that people sit on defense, the lazier they're going to get. Rule number 3 is everyone must communicate. If we look at this clip from Kansas, you can see the big is clearly clogging up the lane, but nobody communicates. Because they don't communicate, they can screen the zone and get an easy basket. Looking at it again, he's going to step up, screen the zone, easy basket. Alright, so to sum it all up, there's 3 things. We want to beat them in transition, attack gaps and move the ball, and then screen the zone when you can. In the next part of the video series, we're going to look at a continuity offense. This is going to be a patterned movement that's going to help the offense move the ball and keep the defense working. This series that we're going to give you to attack a 2-3 zone defense is called the Smash series. The first set in the series is called Smash Rip. We're going to line up with 3 guys across free throw line extended, and then the point guard is going to initiate it by throwing it to the wing and then getting it right back off a handoff. So looking at the film, we're going to see that first action here. Point guard kicks it to him, and then he gets it right back. And then we're going to see the 2 go through, and the 4-man is following him right behind him, getting a screen from the big. If we look at this again, we're trying to get the defense to shift, this top guy. And now when he goes through, the 4 follows directly behind him to get that screen from the big, and they're able to get an easy basket down low. Looking at it one last time, we're going to get the ball over to the wing to shift the defense, swing it back around the top, and then we're going to get the 4-man in the short corner for an easy basket. Now, just a wrinkle that you may not have seen before, if when you get the ball into the post there's not an open shot, there is an open shot for 3 if you look opposite. In our last video, we saw our first part of the smash series with smash rip. The counter to smash rip is called smash down. You're going to run smash down when you notice that the big man or the 5 defender is cheating low to take away the rip cut or the baseline runner. Looking at the fast draw, you're going to see that it's still initiated the same way. You're still going to pass to the wing and get it back from a handoff, and then that wingman is running through on the rip or baseline cut. The difference with smash down is that instead of the 4-man going through on the screen from the 5, he's actually going to set a pin down for 5 so he can get an easy basket. So again, checking out the film, we're going to kick it to the wing, get it back on the handoff, send him through, set that pin down, easy option for the big. Again, looking at another clip, kick it to the wing, get it back, immediately chase the middleman down, pin him in there, easy shot. Now I do want to show you this other option. You'll notice that when you get it into the big, when the defense helps down here, you're actually open on the kick out to the wing as well. So if you are in a situation where you need a 3, you can run that inside out action and get that 3 opportunity. Now we're going to check out smash mix. You're going to run smash mix when you notice that they're using the wing defender to cheat into the paint to help on that pin down or stack action. Now you're going to notice this is initiated the same exact way. Great offenses are able to disguise themselves by having similar actions, but having different wrinkles in order to counter the defense. Remember, the counter that we have here is this 4 stepping in and screening the wingman because he cheated into the paint. Looking at the film, again, we're going to get it to the wing, kick it right back, and then when this defender cheats in, we're going to screen him so we can get a wide open look from 3. Looking at it again from a different clip, you're going to notice that when this man from the wing cuts through, the defender is going to go with him, and then that's the guy we're going to screen in order to get our wingman a scoring opportunity. Our last and final video in this series is going to be called Smash Snap. Smash Snap is going to get us a 2-man game where it forces the other top defender to cheat over, and that will allow us to get us an open look. Looking at the final fast draw, again, everything's initiated the same way, but then it's going to be followed up with a Duke screen after the 4-man goes through. So looking at the film again, you're going to see they still have that exchange. He'll go through, the 4-man goes through, and now the 5's going to lift up for the Duke screen. You'll notice that the other top defender steps over to blitz this, and doing so, this opens up the opposite wing, and that wingman does a smart thing by stepping to the ball, which makes this pass easier. In our final clip of this offense, you're going to see the offense run it all the way through and how this turns into a continuity. You're going to see that they don't get the ball in the post, they swing it back up top, and they come and set that Duke screen. The defense does a good job of cutting it off, so they're going to lift the other post and have him screen as well. This opens up the wing, he takes a 1-dribble pull-up.
I hope you all enjoyed this breakdown of the 2-3 zone, and if you want more videos like this, please make sure that you check out the 2-3 Zone Attack Academy on HoopStudy.com.